Hey, this is Skullgirdle, and welcome to It's 2025, and I don't have a title for this because I set up my laptop and it has a place to stay where it can stay all the time and not have to be stored and set up separately every time, and I just want to make a video because that's kind of a call for celebration. It's been almost 2 years. I have lived in Porto since March 2023. So I'm 2 months shy, actually, of 2 years, 2 full years being here. In the time that I've lived here, I've managed to cross off a few bucket list bands. Sisters of Mercy, who I never thought I'd be able to see, and I got real lucky because they canceled the Lisbon show and we're like, oh! And then they played here, and it was a good show. It was actually a pretty good show. My expectations were pretty much on the floor, but I was not disappointed. And I love when people are like, oh, they're so good back in the 80s. And I was like, well, I didn't get to see them. So this is a bucket list band, and they managed to have a good show, and I got to attend it. So shut up! I also have managed to see Susie, who I saw in Amsterdam last year, 2020. Well, oh, wow, it was May 2023. That was a good one. And I've gotten to see The Mission, which was September, I think, this year, September, October. And they love Porto. They probably love Portugal, but they love Porto. And just the crowd, they're just like, obrigado. And the crowd's like, ah. I don't remember. Wayne Hussey said something else in Portuguese. It was just a little sentence, but I mean, that's effort. It takes a little bit of effort. So they, of course, were amazing. Wonderful, wonderful showmanship. I mean, So I've also gotten to see at Wave Gothic Corpus Delicti and the March Violets and Corpus Delicti, March, Aeon Sable. Never thought I'd get to see them. Oh, here again in Porto, I've seen Nuremberg, which was exciting because I love that band. So it's been pretty interesting with shows. I will say one thing about the Porto, not Portuguese goth scene, it's Porto. I live in Porto. Every goth scene in every city is different, y'all. I don't care if it is cities that are 20 kilometers apart. They're different. But the Porto scene has something that I haven't seen in any of the other, 5 or 6 goth scenes that I've been to, and that is pure joy. Pure joy. Like, I was at Barcuda, I can't remember when. I can't remember if it was hot or cold out, so I don't remember when. And there was just a woman there, and she was all excited, and she's like, I've been drinking. People are drinking in clubs. It's just like everywhere. And she's like, it's my birthday. I'm like, happy birthday. And she's like, I'm 50. And she's speaking to me in English because I'm very obviously a foreigner here. Everybody from here knows I'm a foreigner just by looking at me, unless I'm with somebody who definitely looks like a foreigner. When I was with my sister, and then I spoke Portuguese to wait staff, tour guides, whatever, whoever we were talking to, people in stores, etc. Then they would ask me, "Are you Portuguese? Is that Portuguese?" And I'm like, no. Please don't speak native Portuguese to me. Actually, I can understand quite a bit of Portuguese at this point. I just don't speak it very well. But so I have had people do what in the U.S. is like, oh, God, no. And they will just pour half of their beer into mine, and then we toast and drink. It happened at the Sisters of Mercy. It's happened to me in Barracuda a couple of times. It's crazy. And there's just... I feel like, and it could just be my experience, and of course I can be wrong. Everybody's experience is different, right? We all know that. We could be in the same scene, sitting 2 feet apart, 1 meter, 1 meter apart, and have a completely different experience. But to me, the Porto goth scene, tiny but mighty, is joyful. Very joyful. People And they party until like 7 o'clock in the morning, y'all. I don't, because I lived somewhere where everything shut down and kicked your ass out at 2 a.m. So I never built up that kind of stamina. Um, but at the same time, I mean, I'd like to. I mean, at Wave Gothic, I don't get back to my hotel room until usually 3 o'clock at the earliest on an early tired night. It's like 4 or 5 o'clock. I think last time I went, we were out at Dark Flower. Oh, God, did we try? Was that the night we tried to find another club and almost walked into, yikes, the wrong place for us? And God, we got home at like 5:30 or 6. I don't remember what it was. Whatever. Anyway, so yeah, to sum it up, this is just a short video. Still living in Porto. Currently cannot go out at night because I have a dog who's freaking out, and I've moved to an apartment where the sound echoes down the hallway, and I don't want to get kicked out. So obviously I've done a lot of decorating, a whole lot of decorating. Wowee. There are things on the walls, just not the one behind me. And I don't really have anything for it yet. I don't know. I get overwhelmed by trying to decide how to decorate or how to put stuff up because I can't use nails, so I can't hang curtain rods. Because nails, actual pounding nails into walls, especially, oh my God, screws, they destroy the walls here. They're not the same. It's not sheetrock. And if there is sheetrock, it'll usually be really thin because it's over brick, or in the old places, it's granite. I live in a 7-story building on a rooftop apartment with a huge terrace. I'm very grateful for that. But I cannot put a bunch of nails in the wall. So it presents a challenge of something that I'm not used to. As you learn new things, different countries do different things in different ways. That seems obvious. But yeah, so there are things when you move to a new country, it just doesn't even occur to you to ask, like, how do you hang a picture on the wall? Because you think you know, but you don't, because you're in a different country, different building materials, and it turns out I had no idea. Woo! But the few decorating things I brought from the U.S. are all small, because suitcase. And so I have some things on the wall, just not in here. Well, okay, I have one thing on the wall, and I'm not going to turn the camera around because I don't want to be puking from the vertigo from me flipping the camera around. But I have I diamond paint, one of my old lady crafts. I do a lot of old lady crafts. I love them, and I'm not giving them up. But I do diamond painting, which is, for me, it's kind of like meditation, like Zen. It's very calming, and so I have a muka in diamond painting. Plus, I love rhinestones. I really love rhinestones. If you've ever seen me in person, at some point, especially if you go to Wave Gothic and you see me several times, you're going to see me wearing rhinestones. Just how it is. Although you'll notice I have new glasses, and the skulls are gone because these are new glasses, and the skulls won't fit because these have magnetic sunglasses that go on them. Oh, that's so cool. Unfortunately, my vision has deteriorated a lot in my left eye, so without my glasses, I mean, I can tell it's me, obviously because of the white wall, but very blurry. Anyway, I have yammered on for way too long. So, hey, thanks for watching. Until next time.